Alright, hey guys, am I there? Am I there? Am I there? I, I think I'm there. I think I'm there. Uh, I test the audio because that's gotta be the first step. Always gotta test your audio. Remember, kids, always test your audio. And this is, as the title suggests, this is going to be the finale of the Channelversary streams. But yeah, I just wanted to finish B.I.R.D before I said goodbye, and probably won't stream again until Deltarune Chapter 5 or Deathplane Launch, whatever comes first. But yeah, I'm going to test the audio real quick, and we can get started. Whatever comes first. But yeah, I'm going to test the audio real quick, and we can get started. Alright, I think we're good. I think we are good to B.I.R.D. But yeah. You may ask why I chose to do this one at 9 a.m. as opposed to like the regular 4, and that was just because I'm gonna be probably busy the rest of the day, and it worked out to where I don't have too much to do like right now, but yeah, depending on how my family depending on how my family feels, I might end up doing some more stuff later today. So, not streams, but like stuff with them. I mean. Anyway, we are at computer, which is one of the last worlds. There is 6 worlds. So let's do screen time 2. Is an interesting effect with like the boxes, but what it really amounts to is you just have less space to move around in. I like this song almost as much as the regular screen time song. And we'll try a different level. And I thought I hit quit. Anyway. Let's do... Oh, this one's very hard, so... Hard, hard, very hard. Let's try hacking into the mainframe again. And just like last time I got hit the second the level started. Probably should have like a few seconds of invincibility or something. don't have any caffeine in my system yet, so, even though I'm not an adult who's addicted to caffeine, I do, recognize that it can be beneficial sometimes, but yeah, only in kind of rare scenarios. But randomly deciding to do a stream at 9 AM is one of them. Flashback to the Deltarune Chapter 3 stream where, I gave you guys some Dr. Pepper ASMR. Yeah, why is the orb all the way over there? Yeah, I like, I forget the name of this bird, not gonna lie, but I like his gliding speed. Because the fourth bird, the gliding is, like, really slow. And when I was stuck on that level last time, it was really annoying. But I think that's part of the point. I don't actually have any other games lined up for today, it's just, Bird. I want to beat Bird on stream. And I might even, like, do, like, a supercut or something of, like, all of the, Bird that I've streamed so far. So you can, like, get the full Kula Bird experience, I suppose. Well, I don't think there's anybody watching right now. Let me double check. Oh, 2 watching right now, so I suppose there is somebody watching. And, well, if it's who I think it is, they said after the end of the last stream that they, can't access chat. But, if they could, I would have asked them if they want me to do Screen Time 2 or, Shoe OS. I suppose I'll do Shoe OS for the fact that I did the other level first. And this one says very hard. And it would be funny if it said very hard and then it wasn't actually very hard. Okay, I don't even know what you're supposed to do unless those... Oh yeah, it is like Triangle Tunnel, okay. Yeah, it was like, unless those pillars are like the pillars in Triangle Tunnel. Yeah, I'm not sure if I mentioned last stream. I mean, I did mention last stream, but I am getting pretty tired. So this will probably be my last stream until either Death Plane or Deltarune Chapter 5 drops, whichever comes first. And I'll probably stream those when they come out. I mean, I know when Death Plane comes out, obviously, but I don't know when Deltarune comes out. This actually feels a bit easier than Screen Time 2 because it's not messing with my head. Even though Screen Time 2's difficulty was listed as just like regular hard. Anyway, I like this bird because I can crouch dance easily with it. Yeah, maybe it's just me, but I think this level's actually easier than Screen Time 2. But yeah, I definitely do not disagree with the very hard ranking on this course. I use the terms level, course, and like world this interchangeably, so especially like with the Deathplane beta patch notes, you'll hear me calling them like level 5-3 or something, despite the fact that in-game in Deathplane they are referred to as like world 1-1. And part of that was just my ongoing desire to make Deathplane similar to Mario for like no reason. Flashback to the warp door incident. If you don't know what the warp door incident is, I've never called it that before, but that was something I addressed in the patch notes for version 0.3.1 of the demo, or something. Basically, I used to have the exit warp door I used to have exit warp doors, and not only did those complicate things because of like the door cooldown, but it also just made it a bit hard because like if you went through a warp door and you kept holding up, it would just like get you in an infinite loop, and so that was not ideal. And plus, I don't really need exit warp doors anyway. It's my game, I do what I want. And I don't like exit warp doors in Mario Maker. But yeah, here we are. World 6. Isn't this about when Shu should call us? Bill. You know you hurt his feelings. Yeah, I know. I'll call him. Well, well, well. You still miss me. Sorry for hanging out. You're not. But it's okay, I get it. I also need a break from me sometimes. Anyway, welcome to my volcano. It's not your volcano. Is anyone else using it? That doesn't matter. It's still not your volcano. Agree to disagree. Good luck. So yeah, this is the last world. And we get to see the weird looking lava in this game. Volcanic something. I think this was the level that Timotament was mentioning he hadn't come up with a name for it yet. Volcanic something is at least more original than L, so I can give it that. Because L was the last level where Timotament wasn't sure what to call it. I forgot to check the difficulty. Yeah, I'm glad I remembered that you can glide in this game, because I'm pretty sure this level is just straight up impossible if you don't glide. I say that after dying to a part where you were supposed to glide. Music. Also, we're just going to ignore the fact that earlier in the level I used a grinder like it was a normal platform, or whatever those are called in this game. In Mario Maker they're called grinders. I will do a chat break after this level attempt, just in case the second person watching now is not who I thought it was. I got the orb that I didn't even see at the expense of like 3 lives. You have to like... I was gonna say you have to like flap your wings for that part. Anyway. No live chat. Okay. Oh, I tabbed out and it broke one of the icons. Oh, B.I.R.D would have made more sense in the last world as the difficulty. Is this just Rachel's first stage, but you're pixelated? I'm pretty sure it literally is. Timmy, don't hold yourself to just one level amount per world. You can say like, this world has 4 levels. This world has 5 levels. Third example. Just kidding. And that was because I said before launch, and that was before I actually nailed down the amount of levels each world would have in Deathplane, that there would be a varying amount of levels per world. In reality, World 1 gets 4 levels, and then the rest of the game gets 5 levels per world. Unless you count the final boss. But I don't count that as for World 5, but I just put it in World 5 because it was easier to, it would make more sense to the players when you went into World 5. Also in the files it's listed as being part of World 5 just because I put it in the World 5 hub. Anyway, yes, I have the excuse that I'm working on Deathplane. I can yap about it as much as I want on my stream. It's my stream, I do what I want. Imagining an alternate universe where I went on StreamYard. For some reason I keep reading it as Streamlab. Like how Disventure Marley and Rain do it. I'm just like, A, I'm not as popular as them, and B, that's just not my style of content. Just when I thought I was doing good. I mean, certainly not, like, doing good, but, like, able to make it to the end of the level. But yeah, what I was saying, like, earlier, like, you could have just put it in the previous world and just said that was a special world that has 5 levels instead. Granted, it's not like Deathplane has some levels that would be more fitting in other worlds, but you know, they're just special. Okay, I'm gonna try a different level. Let's do For Elise. Which, that's gonna be... maybe I just like classical music, but it's gonna be one of my favorite remixes from this game. Difficulty classical, by the way. I like the idea that, like, Timatainment just ran out of good, songs to create, and so he just chose to, remix For Elise. Not that For Elise is a bad song, but... it does kind of stand out in a game like B.I.R.D. I don't like how the camera's zooming out. It's making my fan go a bit. And it's also giving me a bit of anxiety with the amount of blinking blocks. I am not gaming right now. This is another level that looks really cool. It has a very unique visual style. But maybe I just like geometry. But like the lights and the cubes and whatnot, it's just really cool. I was not expecting them to throw in some big cubes. I was just there to mess you up. I don't know how to describe this, but this remix of For Elise sounds a lot more chill than, like, the one that comes on Android. I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about. but it's my mom's ring. The remix I described as more aggressive is my mom's ringtone. And I genuinely do not like hearing it when I hear it. Which I suppose is a good thing for a ringtone. Like, if you set your ringtone to a song you like, you're gonna end up hating it, like how everybody hates their alarms. But, yeah. I just set, literally yesterday, I set my ringtone, to the, Wrong Number song remix from the Undertale 10th anniversary to make sure I didn't get annoyed of that song. I just set to the first 8 seconds, which is how long the original version was before Camellia made a full remix. Also, did you see that? How did I not get it there? I mean, I'm not complaining. Anyway, I'm hoping that Haven is as proud of B.I.R.D as I am of Deathplane, because this is a really cool game. If you saw my Valentine's Day video where I hacked into the Cooliatrix Games account as a joke, that was a joke, to be clear. If it wasn't clear enough already. And then, okay, what I was trying to say was, through that video it demonstrates how proud of Deathplane I am, which I am a lot. And I can't wait to release it. I just need more people to playtest it. I'm not doing well that round. Some of the levels in this game remind me of New Super Luigi U, which if you've never played that game, it is so fun. Which, yet, having played through the entire game with my older brother, holy crap, that game was not made for multiplayer. Like, you look at some of the marketing and they're playing with 4 people. Some of the levels, I swear, how would you even play them with 4 people? I'm thinking, like I mentioned the other day, I'm thinking about making a supercut of all my bird footage, and if I do, I'll put in some footage of like some absurd levels in Luigi U, because that game is insane, I swear. Not that that's a bad thing, but like it's super fun. Especially if you're playing it multiplayer, but it is suffering at some points. Like, there are jumps where you have to be 1 block, like, you can't even... With, the new Super Mario Bros. Multiplayer, you push each other. So you can, like, barely, make some of those jumps. Okay, chat break. My glide input was not working. we are down to one person watching, which is me, which is understandable. Because unlike yesterday, there's no Jackbox to keep people entertained. It is strictly B.I.R.D. And hey, whoever left stream, just rejoin when I eventually beat Furlies. I promise it'll not be as bad as when I'm struggling with Furlies. Well, actually, I don't promise that. It's generally good not to promise things, especially if you keep your word. It's kind of like a bit of a struggle if you accidentally promise something and then it's like, oh crud, why did I say that? Like, I promised someone when I was like, I don't know, like 8 or something. I'd always say happy birthday. I'd say like KCU. Her name is Casey. I don't think she'd be watching stream. But I'd always say like, cha 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 ooh la Casey and to this day, I still do that because I am a man of my word, gosh dang it. About the fish stream, like, I considered that the fish video because it's like, I did promise a fish video at one point. And even though I kept forgetting, I would like randomly remember and I'm like, how would I make fish related content? And that is the best thing that I could think of. Other than the extra level select video that I did. If I don't do it this round, I'm gonna switch to a different level. This is probably the easiest level out of World 6, but... because it's pretty much just the blinking blocks thing. I had invincibility there. Let's do, I don't know. Let's try Magmatic Mind, which is my absolute favorite song out of the soundtrack. Alright, and this is the last level of the game, so it's probably harder than Furlies. I would imagine. Oh, it's tricky there. They gave you a little warning by placing a blinking block where you can't even access it. That's cool. I like it when Mario Maker levels do that. I'm gonna try to do that on some of my levels. Honestly, this level isn't even very hard, I would say. I say that right before hitting the easiest obstacle of all time. Computer fans are not liking this. No issue. You make a pretty nice volcano. Whether it be yours or not. By the soundtrack, this is where the level about ends. Okay. I will do more Game Bird. And by the way, this isn't like one of those, like, I don't finish stream till I beat this game type of thing. If I just don't want to keep playing, then I'll stop playing, like... Anyway, here's more for release, so you can get to listen to this remix some more. It's gonna be ingrained into my head even more than it already is from listening to it on the soundtrack. You know, they say listening to classical music can have positive effects on your brain. And I wonder if that's just sampling bias, because it's like, only people that like classical music would listen to classical music. And it's not that classical music's bad, but it's like, who's to say, like, Toby Fox can't evoke the exact same emotions that classical music evokes? Maybe it's just because I haven't, like, actually read the studies, but it seems a bit biased to me. I also happen to really like Toby Fox. You know, if you can tell by most of my channel being Deltarune related at this point. I mean, heck, like the off-remake videos, that's like 40% of them, I swear, are just me yapping about Deltarune. Like that one time I compared going behind the waterfall to the sword rock, despite the fact that it's literally something you do in almost every video game, especially of the era it's trying to reflect. This will be my last release try before I try the first level some more. First level of World 6, I mean. So yeah, the gift's helping you yet, despite for the fact that I haven't talked in like 2 minutes. They help me when I get bored. Because I'm Gen Z, I guess. Well, not I guess, I am literally Gen Z, but... Anyway, there's for release. Okay. And I think we'll hit it with a couple tries on volcanic something before wrapping up stream. Not, I'm gonna try and beat the game on stream. We are getting pretty close to, an hour, well, 45 minutes so far. Not my best gameplay. I wonder what the numbers mean, like 7 speed, 10 speed, 20 speed, etc. Like, obviously they're quantifying something, but is it like 11 pixels per second? Or like, what are the units internally? From a game dev perspective, I am genuinely curious. Alright, cool. You need to not take literally 4 hits on the first section. Alright, Let's send him with the Game Bird. Not sure if Volcanic something or Game Bird is easier. Well, Kula, you've already taken 4 hits per section. I'm really curious what the ending of this game is gonna look like. Because, like, what'll Shu say? What'll Bill say? Shu's probably gonna try activating his machine. Like, I know you guys get captured based on the soundtrack. It's the soundtrack weeks all over again, except this time I can't talk. I elected them myself just because I wanted to. I know the team at B.I.R.D gets captured. Should probably be using the fact that this level actually has a floor more to my advantage. Can't believe it's already been 40 minutes. Honestly, does not feel that long at this point. Granted, that's kind of how I feel with the off remake videos, and then I end up being glad that I stopped when I did, so. I swear if Shu pops up and he's like, actually, you haven't gotten through all my obstacles, so, like, we're gonna need you to do that before I try and activate my machine. I'm gonna go insane. I swear, well, not even I swear, I mean, like, logically, the rest of this stream is just gonna be bouncing between Volcanic something and Game Bird. So, if you're not in it for that, then might as well stop watching now. And then just, like, come back to the stream afterwards and see the ending. I'm not the most entertaining streamer. Like, even my friends were putting me on 2 times speed, they were saying. Oh dang, I'm cooked. Actually managed to survive that one. You couldn't see, but I was raging so hard right there for a second. Like, I have trained myself not to throw the controller, but, I basically just, slammed the controller into my legs like 3 times. Actually, you might have been able to hear it. Because, like I mentioned, I don't have any audio software on my mic. And I mentioned I would try and fix that for this stream, but there's other things I was doing this morning. More important things, like watching, like, 2 hours of YouTube. Because I don't have a life. Okay, this is gonna be my last try on this level for right now. I noticed that B.I.R.D does not support D-pads, which would make my father not appreciate it if he actually played it. My dad does not like, well, not does not like, but he hasn't played too many PC games because he finds himself adjusting the performance more than actually playing the game. Which, like, which PC player do you know doesn't do that? To be fair. Cut to me adjusting the audio like 3 billion times. Okay, I made it to that part, so we'll do Game B.I.R.D again. It occurred to me that this is basically just the Mario is Missing stream from, like a year ago, all over again. Just as, boring at this part. At least I have more entertaining commentary. Other than, guys, I don't know what to do, I don't know what buttons to push. I was thinking about it and I was like, yeah, when I do the Deltarune Chapter 5 stream, I'm probably not going to be able to stream for like 3 hours like I did with the Deltarune Chapter 3 stream. I'm probably only going to be able to stream for like an hour or 2. But either way, I'd still like my full reactions to the beginning of Deltarune Chapter 5 to be recorded. Which seems like it's coming out relatively soon, like probably August, September, so I'm looking forward to that. Yes, I watched that Harry But Harry video that was uploaded a couple hours ago. How do you know? Okay, chat and audio break. Because it's been a hot minute. I mean, I haven't even done one other than the beginning, the entire stream, so you always gotta have at least one, guys. My wide input was not working. Okay, I'm gonna try a different level. Let's do Fur Elise. Which, that's gonna be... maybe I just like classical music, but it's gonna be one of my favorite remixes from this. I'm really curious what the ending of this game is gonna look like. Because, like, what'll Shu say? What'll Bill say? Shu's probably gonna try activating his machine. Like... Okay. We are back. And audio's good, except you can hear literally my every movement, which you might not want to do. You might prefer not to hear my every movement. But... either way, I want to beat this game on stream, but if we get past like an hour and a half and I still haven't beaten it, then I'm probably just gonna end stream and like record if I beat it, because like I don't want to stream for like 2 hours. And we've already been stuck on these 2 levels for half the stream. Remind me never to dive there. That's what kills me. Raged so hard there for a second again. I swear, if they just gave you, like, pardon my French, 6 or 7 more lives on this level. Not more lives, but 6 or 7 total lives. This level would be, like, more possible for, people that, are like me. I don't know what I'm saying. It's a great question of our times. Does anyone truly know what they're saying? Okay, I've got 3 lives. I just gotta not screw up. I mean, granted, you always have to, like, not screw up. Okay, I swear, we got really close to the end there. We can do it. We can volcanic something. Just hit the 1 hour mark. I'm restarting. I'm not going into that final section with only 2 lives. Also, it occurred to me, I can get the Coleatris Games and Cool Assault accounts phone verified now. I need to try that. And then I can finally upload the Omnifates soundtrack and eventually Deathplane's soundtrack to those accounts. Which I already have the Deathplane soundtrack all compiled and everything. So I might put that together later today. Unless I randomly decide to introduce a new song for no reason. Like I mentioned before, the game's pretty much complete at this point. Just awaiting playtesters. Okay, that section's absurd. Granted, this is the final world, so... That's also part of the reason why I didn't put any, like, lives in Deathplane. That's just because, like... I don't want you to feel like you've lost, like, a lot of progress. I want it to be more accessible. And that's also why there's, like, 3 checkpoints per level. The thing about that obstacle is not one other point in the game do you have to alternate between gliding and not gliding. It's not exactly the best. Never mind. Yeah. I'm gonna go to B.I.R.D. Everyone needs a bit more B.I.R.D. in their life. And I think it's been like 10 minutes I spent on volcanic something. I don't know. I haven't checked stream in a hot minute. Who knows? Chat could actually be like blowing up right now, and nobody would have any idea. Well, everybody in chat would know. To be honest, I kind of doubt that a lot of people are watching this stream right now, which is understandable. This is like the cooking section part in the Deltarune stream where I spent 20 minutes on the cooking section. Yeah, Tomateam, can you give us, I think not even 7 lives, but just 6 lives on this level, please? If you're watching this. Like, it's probably just a skill issue, but... yeah. We'll keep getting a bit tired of doing this level over and over. Come on, Cool, you got this. You're so cool. Cool is even in your name. JK, that's not why I called myself Cool. Actually, it has more to do with Kool-Aid Man than anything. I'm not sure if I've ever explained it on stream. And you know what? I might not. Okay, we did it! So now it's just the last level, I guess. Are we in space? No. We'd be dead if we were. At least I think so. We're probably at Shu's headquarters. I get a quick sip of water. I'm not sure if you could hear that, but you could probably hear me swallowing, because when I checked the audio, you can hear every single movement I'm doing. Hello. We're not in space, right? No, you'd be dead if you were. But you have made it to my headquarters. If everything looks like space, you haven't turned on the machine yet, have you? No, of course not. I'd said I'd wait. Okay, I did turn on phase 1, but that doesn't start the machine. It does make stuff look like space, though. I have to go. Was that an alarm? No. It, was my microwave, not an alarm. Really? What's in it? You'd better hurry. I thought there was 6 worlds. Timmy, how could you do this? Oh well. Not space. Man, this misinput game. This sure does look like not space. This reminds me of World 2 from Deathplane. which I believe is the world that I have shown the most off of. Other than World 5, which I unintentionally showed a lot of because it has some of the most complicated levels in the game. I've like barely shown off anything from World 4, which is kind of funny. Anyway, this level is mostly about gliding. Crazy thing is that the last level was mostly about sorry, I gotta lock in. Volcanic something was mainly about gliding. Oh, that was a cool save. Alright, last try on this level. And if I don't do it this time, I'm gonna move on to one more level, give it a few more tries, and then call it, because I don't think I have it in me for a World 7, not gonna lie. None on one stream, where half the stream was those two, gosh-forsaken levels. Look with like the green and blue things. The Aurora Borealis. Localized entirely within your kitchen? Something's gotta be wrong with the gliding in this game. Like, after you get hit, I swear there's like a period where you can't glide. If you were gliding. A really good level design in this game overall. Obviously I have my problems with volcanic something, but solid level design. And like I said in the first stream, I'm having a lot of fun with this game. I just not gotten hit so far? Yeah, this level ain't too complicated once you get the hang of it. Not feeling like very hard. Photon saw. Photo on saw. Let's do Gears 2. Pretty good music. And those sure are gears. Also a lot of pipes. Looks like the fish factory from the Fish Factory video. With the amount of pipes. Might have been inspired by that, actually. I mean, it was the same guy that made both. I was mentioning that I was like a man of my word. I think the only promise online that I've like failed to keep is probably like the amount of times this stream. Well, not the only one, but I think the amount of times this stream that I've said I'd end it and haven't. It's because I'm having a lot of fun. Anyway, difficulty for this one is sorry in advance. I think he just wanted to spam as many lasers as possible. Yeah, I'm not feeling like photo onslaught. Let's see what the final bill. Let's see what the final bill level is. Reactor 2. Anyway, I swear, if there's a World 8, I'm going to go insane. Haven't even gotten to the base drop yet, and I'm already dead. Also, I noticed how he made the reactor more circle. Good improvements. Because if you remember at the start of the first stream, the reactor was not a circle. Imagine he made the reactor a circle because he was playtesting it and it better suited the inputs. Frick. Alright, now that level's pretty fun. Let's try more photo onslaught. Thank you for providing a floor. I'll give it one more shot on reactor 2 and then I'm gonna call it. It's been an hour and a half. As my brother would say, that one didn't count. Okay, but that one did. I need to give my ass a little break. Like I mentioned, I'm pretty close to getting to the end, so I'm probably just gonna record the ending or something. I don't know. But yeah, unless there's an 8th world, I am going to check the soundtrack to make sure there is not an 8th world, because I will go insane. Okay, there is not. In that case, yeah, I'm definitely gonna record it, maybe later today. Because I don't think you guys would want to watch like a 10-minute stream or something. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. In case you said anything in chat, I'm gonna reload. I don't think so. Yeah. And I'll see you next time.